I'm going to show you what to do with some leftover spaghetti. This is a leftover beef spaghetti that I made for my husband. He's already had this for lunch, for a dinner and for a lunch. So I wanted to change things up a little bit so that it's not exactly the same meal, but it doesn't go to waste. So what I'm gonna do is make spaghetti pizza. So I'm gonna show you how to do that right now. Soon when I find a bowl. Okay, I think I can do it all in this. So I need 2 eggs and about a ½ cup of, you can either use Parmesan cheese or you can use some other, you want it kind of a drier cheese. Parmesan makes the most sense because it's spaghetti and you're making pizza, but you don't want like a fresh cheese like mozzarella, although I am going to top this with mozzarella. So I'm just gonna crack my 2 eggs, whisk those up. And then need a ½ cup of cheese. And this is kind of like a dry, it's a Dublinger, but like an Irish imported cheese. It has a sharp flavor like a Parmesan cheese does. So I think it'll work fine in this. It's kind of, see, it's kind of crumbly like Parmesan cheese is. So I'm just gonna grate that really quick. Fast forward. Kids love spaghetti, but I think if you have leftover spaghetti, your kids will really like this. Kind of a novel idea to turn spaghetti into pizza. So basically the spaghetti in this sauce becomes your crust. And then you put mozzarella cheese on it, put a lid on it, let the mozzarella cheese melt. And I'm gonna see if I have some basil in the garden to top it with. If not, we went through a surprise freeze last week, so all of my basil may be dead, but I haven't been out there to look at it, so I'm not 100% sure. Okay, I have more than what I need. That's probably good like that. And I didn't measure it, but you want about a ½ cup. I'm gonna dump my spaghetti in there. Square. Spaghetti. Mamma mia. Make the spaghetti a pizza pie. Italian's my favorite food. Mexican's a close runner-up, but I eat a lot more Italian food than I do anything else. I just want to mix this up really well with the egg and cheese mixture. No, this is not a health-conscious, low-calorie, low-cholesterol dish. This will not be going on that list. I will have the recipe down in the description box though, or it could be on my website. I will have a website soon with all my recipes listed on it that I will be referring to, so you can check that. It's curated by Stacy. Stacy spelled STACEY.com. Curatedbystacy.com. There's probably, if you're checking as of the date of this video, there's probably not many recipes or anything on there yet, but there will be. I'm working on it. Okay, let's go to the frying pan. Okay, I'm gonna use a non-stick pan, but I'm still gonna use some oil to help process along. I'm gonna use avocado oil, just put a thin layer on the bottom. This is not hot yet. If your pan is hot, do not do this. Of of course. Okay, pan's getting hot. It's not super hot, but I'm just gonna put this mixture in the pan and sling some on the stove. Make a mess, because you're not cooking unless you make a mess, right? Oh, good gravy, Stacy. Okay. Probably good, right about here. So I'm gonna get it even. And I'm gonna get a lid on this and let it cook on medium high until it forms a crust underneath it. And then I'm gonna flip it, but I'll show you how to flip it. It's a trick to it. So we'll come back and I'll show you what to do. Still just working it in the pan, letting it form a crust. It's getting there. It takes a minute. But I kind of cleaned up the edges a little bit by pushing on it just a little. I did, before it started actually forming the crust, I did stir it around a little bit and then flattened it back out. So some of the middle got cooked a little bit doing that, but you don't really have to. As long as you don't burn the crust, you know, it should be fine. Okay, I think we're getting about ready to flip this. Maybe. It needs to go a little bit longer. Yeah. This burner gets hotter on this side, so I keep turning it to make sure that all the sides get the same. Don't get me started. Okay, so I'm going to spray a little bit of oil on this side. And here's how we're going to flip this. That's why you want a non-stick pan. I'm going to attempt to slide this on the plate. If it'll stay. Oh, please stay. Okay. See, it wants to come apart there. Close enough. I'm going to take another plate, flip it. See, you got your crust there. And then get it back into the pan as best you can. Breaking it off too much. Alright. And then let it go a few minutes on this side with the lid on until that side has a little bit of crust too. I am going to go ahead and get the mozzarella on here and get that started melting. You could slice tomatoes on here too if you wanted to. This might be too much. Let's do that. Let's see how that works out. Alright, put a lid on it, the heat will melt the mozzarella. Okay, there were still a few basil leaves in the garden. Well, ones that didn't die in the freeze, I guess, is more the story. You don't need a lot. That's plenty. I have some fresh parsley too that I'm gonna get chopped up and sprinkle on here. I forgot to mention, do not put salt and pepper on this. The cheese that you put in there, the parmesan cheese or whatever you use, cheese is salty to begin with. So don't put any more. But the sauce also has a lot of sodium in it, so you don't want to add any more to it. But fresh herbs, if you have them, just helps give it a fresh element. Just about done here. This one may not hold up like a full-on pizza would, but you know, eat it with a fork. It'll be fine. So I'm still gonna let it cook for a little bit longer, but I'll show you when I get it plated.